Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come in, come in, come in. This is Tamika's Den. I am Tamika. Get on in here, y'all. Get on in here, okay? You are now in the den. Child, kick off your shoes and relax your feet. This is my review recap for The Oval, y'all, okay? Tyler Perry's The Oval is back. This episode was The Package, Season 4, Episode 1. Listen, why Donald couldn't die? Okay, y'all could have went ahead and took Donald out. I'm tired of him and his, oh baby, I got something for you, you know? Save Sam. Protect Sam at all costs, all right? I need y'all to make sure that Sam is okay, all right? I'm not going for that foolishness, Tyler Perry. Make sure Sam survives, all right? And we still got Hunter out here in these damn streets. You know, he over here flirting with old ladies and looking for that bugger sugar, honey. Oh, they're a hot daggone mess. You know, Victoria is still the damn devil. Let's go ahead and get into this episode, y'all. So we started out this episode. Priscilla's over here holding a gun to grip behind. She like, back the heck up, put the gun down. Okay, throw it, move your ass back. He talking about something, you ain't got to do this. Like, no, I know I ain't got to do it, but I will, okay, if you mess around. Get the hell up out the way, back the hell up. You know, she tells Alan to pick the gun up. Now here go Grip trying to struggle and fight and grab Alan. And she telling him, let him go. He was like, I'll snap his neck. She was like, he telling her to put the gun down now. And she said, nah, he talking about something, you married to Sam. You know I could do it. Like, okay, what the hell that got to do with anything, right? And she was like, you know, so you could kill me too. He talking about something, I'm not going to kill you or whatever the case may be, right? She was like, then what are you doing here? He was like, I came here to talk to you. And this just got in here. And she talking about all you want to do is talk. And he was like, yes, it is. So he was like, so put the gun down and let's talk this out. So she basically like, let him go and we'll talk. We can have all the daggone conversation you want. He gonna say, this is my insurance, okay? She was like, you think so? He's like, yeah. He was like, if you don't if I let him go, then you gonna shoot me or whatever. She was like, if I wanted to shoot you, I could have shot you before you even grabbed him. Don't get it twisted, boo, okay? And so she was like, now what do you want? He was like, I want to talk. Like I said, she's like, about what? Okay, you could have been talking all this damn time. He's saying all that's been going on, he want to go ahead and get into it. So she's saying what I'm saying. Then let's talk. He talking about something I was thinking over coffee. Like, boy, we ain't got no damn time for coffee. Alan telling her to shoot him. So basically, he asking if any of the neighbors is home. Like they should be. And she at this point started screaming, somebody call 911 or whatever. And so he telling her like, shoot this mother, okay, shoot him. Now he ended up flinging both of them over the damn freaking staircase balcony, y'all, and they done fell down on the damn floor. So I said, okay, I guess whatever, right? And so in the meantime, we get to freaking Hunter because, of course, I forgot that we left off with him, at the end of the season, walking in there, Miss Nancy and Richard house looking for Sharon. He over here just standing in the living room. I said, y'all don't lock your damn doors, okay? And he just basically had walked up in there like, what I'm saying, he owned the damn place or whatever, right? And Sharon just sitting here like, I can't get away from this sicko, okay? And so, Nancy was saying to him, didn't you just lose your son? He says, yes, I did. She said, then why are you here? He was like, well, actually, I'm here, to see Sharon or whatever the case may be, right? And she was like, and I came to see Richard. She was like, Richard? And he was like, yes. He was like, this is going to be, terrible or whatever, right? But it's been a terrible week for my wife, and we have to bring in the entire staff. I said, so you trying to tell me you came all the way there to bring him back to the damn White House? She's telling him that she'll make a call to Richard, and he was like, your phone is not going to work. And she was like, you can't make it work until I leave the premises, okay? Anywhere he go, they shut that down. So she was like, okay, well, how did you just walk in here? And he was like, through the door. She was like, I mean, is your motorcade outside? He's like, no, I'm traveling light today, all right? This boy out here with a damn Prius or Kia, whatever the hell it was. So she was like, so you could tell Richard that I came by. So she like, okay, no problem. I'll tell him or whatever, right? And he was like, oh, Nancy, you have a lovely home. I swear, she's talking about some, okay, thank you. And he was like, yeah, did Sharon tell you what I offered her? And she's like, excuse me? He was like, the house, the car, the money. So she's like, no, she didn't tell me about that or whatever, right? He was like, why wouldn't you tell this beautiful woman, all the kind wisdom and experience that she has or whatever? I'm sure she would have told you to take it. I said, yo, freaking Hunter is something. And Nancy was like, well, you would be wrong. He was like, well, in that case, 20 years from now, you'll be living like this. And Nancy was like, I beg your apartment. And he was like, no offense, you're a lovely woman. I said, Hunter, son. She said, thank you, okay, but with all due respect, Mr. President, I think you should leave, okay? I think you should get on up out of here. So he says, I understand, Nancy. So he was like, Sharon, would you step outside with me for a second? Sharon was like, no, I will not. And he was like, okay, well, you guys have a lovely evening. So I'm like, is he really going to just leave like that? That's going to be the end of it, you know what I'm saying? Because, we can't trust these damn people. And he go ahead and turn around and leave. And, Nancy goes behind him. And they just like, oh, God, what the hell was that? Like, this damn nonsense with this freaking crazy ass man, right? And so now when he go outside, we got the damn nosy neighbor. What's her name is Jody, I think. She talking about, I thought I saw you in there. Of course, her nosy ass outside. He like, hi there. She like, oh, shit, can I get a picture? So he talking about, she said, you the damn president. He was like, yes, I am. She was like, well, come on, let me take your picture. He was like, no, you cannot. So she was like, where's your bodyguards and everything? He was like, well, why do I need bodyguards when I got beautiful people that love me like you? She was like, I don't love you. I don't even like you. I ain't a vote for your ass. And he was like, oh, that's too bad. She was like, no, it's not. Because like I said, I don't like you. I just wanted a picture to prove you was here. He was like, well, your phone is not going to work while I'm on the premises. So she was like, what? He was like, yeah, maybe next time you'll vote for me. So she was like, I'll make an exception. So she talking about you bringing your white ass around this neighborhood. You won't live to see it next time. We don't give a, what around here. So he was like, it sounds like my kind of people. She was like, are you flirting with me? He gonna talk about I flirt with everything that moves. I said, I cannot. Okay. And then she said, what kind of shit is this? I said, Miss Joy, go ahead back in your house, girl, because you don't even know what's going on. She like, Nancy, you hear this? So then she over here yelling at the car, still as they freaking walking away and looking or whatever, talking about some, come here for a minute. Hey, Dominican. I said, nah, hey, Dominican. You like some brown meat. And he was like, listen, lady, we gotta go, okay? We ain't got time for this. Talk to you later. She like, all right, baby. I said, y'all is a fool. You know that? Y'all is a fool. And so we don't move on from that to, of course, Cal and Bobby still down here shooting, child. They shooting till they ain't got no more bullets. He talking about some, I know you out of bullets, Cal. And he was like, it's over, okay? Shot till you couldn't shoot no more. And Cal is like, yeah, okay. You know what I'm saying? Get out of here, whatever. So he basically ends up going inside the damn cell with him and handcuffed to him. He was like, I'm about to open the door. He was saying, Bobby, we could do this one-on-one, face-to-face, and all of that different kind of mess. I said, that's another one that y'all could have took out too, okay? We did not need him around anymore. And so Bobby ends up, handcuffing him and blindfolding him, and he's asking him, what's going to happen next, and he's telling him to shut the hell up. He talking about, you going to try to beat Bobby's ass, talking about himself in third person, and he's like, no, I'm not going to, beat Bobby's ass. I'm like, okay, y'all. And so, basically he ends up just, like I said, handcuffing him, telling him to get over here, and he puts the, blindfold on him and telling him that he got all day or whatever, right? And I'm like, okay, so we do have, Cal. Of course, Cal is saying, y'all don't know what y'all doing. Y'all don't know what y'all in for. And all the people that we have, this is above y'all heads. I don't know why y'all wasting time with this and why, y'all going so hard for this, because y'all not going to be able to do nothing. Now, in the meantime, we get to damn Donald and damn Lily ass. Both of them is over here. Oh my God. Oh baby, oh hell no. She's saying, let him die. And he's like, not on your life, baby. And she like, why don't you just do us all a favor and die? Please do us a favor and die. He's like, not on your freaking life, baby. I'm going to be here, baby. She's telling the guy to get off of her. And she's like, he said, hey, baby, let me ask you a question. Are you in pain? And she yelling and screaming, singing, yeah. And then he's like, yeah, good. I like to hear it. Just you wait. And this is going to be nice and all this shit, right? And so then she just basically like, if you so lucky, you might get some of it the next time or whatever. And then she's, just you wait, baby. Just you wait. And so I said, y'all sound like y'all in a damn porno at this point. Both of them kept going, oh baby, oh baby. I said, listen, I can take a shot every time y'all say, oh baby, okay, and be drunk up in here. And so, basically they trying to get the EMS or whatever to take care of both of them. But at this point, Donald talking about, just leave her be, let her damn bleed, and, hold her and don't make sure she don't go nowhere. So when we see Hunter, he over here talking about, yo, this car smells, this car is trash, okay, this car sucks, just this in the damn car. And, basically he's like, oh, I apologize. I'm sorry about that, sir. I actually had my dog in here earlier. And Hunter was like, oh, God, he was like, well, do you know where I could get some cocaine and a blowjob? All right. And he was like, sir, I think we should just be hurrying up and getting back to the White House. All right. And he was like, did you hear me? Did you hear what I said? All right. You supposed to be doing what I say to do, not telling me what the hell you think I should be doing or whatever. Right. And he's again saying, sir, I think we should get back to the White House. So he was like, what's going on, Alonzo? Are you going to help me out or not? Okay. Are you down with this, or are you basically a little sucker? Grip told me that you was going to help me out. So he's like, yes, sir. I am or whatever. Right. And he was saying Kyle had helped him out all the time. And then Alonzo's like, yeah, okay, sir. So, of course, he gonna go and do whatever the hell he tell him to do, because he a little punk any damn way, right? And so, basically, Hunter was just talking a whole bunch of crap to him. And in the meantime, we had Sharon and them back at the house, and she having an attitude. She throwing out words. That part was funny, though, saying that Kareem didn't help her with nothing. He was like, I ain't see Barry come down here and help with nothing either. And then he was all snapping off at I don't forgot what the other friend name is, but y'all know who I'm talking about. It'll come back to me. And, he's snapping at him, and she's like, don't snap at him because you got an attitude and you mad. So she was saying to Miss Sharon, like, do you see what I've been having to deal with here? And Sharon was like, yeah, rather Sharon was saying to Nancy, do you see what I have been dealing with? And Nancy was like, yeah, girl, I do. Okay, I get it now. You know what I'm saying? And so Nancy had to tell Kareem, of course, a couple times to watch his mouth. Like, at the end of the day, we the ones that's been holding your ass down. Watch your tongue, watch who you talking to. I don't give a damn how mad you getting. And he was saying that he was going to get up and leave. And she was like, nah, you not going nowhere. And she was telling them that even though they left, she still can't get no reception on the phone and can't call out to nobody for help. And none of their cell phones is working, right? So they're basically waiting for that to clear up for them to be able to go ahead and make the call. And when they start arguing back and forth amongst them, themselves, Nancy was like, let me go try damn Richard again, okay? Because y'all ain't about to give me no headache. And so that's when Sharon was telling him, Dell, that's his name. She was telling him to apologize to Dell. And Dell was like, that's all good. I don't need his apology. But of course he gives him like, I'm sorry, Dell. And then Dell is just like, thanks. And she's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm dealing with freaking kids here, whatever, right? And so Nancy got had to try to call, Richard, of course. So in the meantime, we have this doctor come up to talk to Dan Veronica with her silly ass, right? She had got a call saying that somebody was on the line, and she was like, send them up. So when he comes up, is the doctor, and he's like, I'm sorry to bother you, but we thought that you should know about this. And she's like, know about what? And he's like, the autopsy. So she was like, autopsy? Who told you to do a damn autopsy? Now, mind you, Veronica over here talking about some, oh my God, I'm so upset. Me and the president, we're so upset. We've been through so much, or whatever the case may be, right? And he's basically like, where is the president? And she was saying he's in the Oval. He was like, oh, well, I was just down there and they said that he's not there. So she was like, well, anyway, I'm here, so you could go ahead and talk to me. What exactly is this all about? And he basically was saying that he really wanted to talk to both of them together, but he was like, we did this autopsy is a pressing manner. So she was like, okay, fine, what is it or whatever, right? And she's like, autopsy, nobody told y'all to do no daggone autopsy, right? That's against our religion. He was like, girl, y'all Catholic. She was like, listen, like I said, that's what we want. That's what we believe in. And, we want the damn cremation immediately or whatever the case may be, right? We did not want no autopsy. We didn't give no permission for autopsy. So she was like, is that the law? And he was like, No, but in cases like this, and especially when it's somebody that's from the White House in the first family, it is customary that we do one, right? So it was automatically did. And she was like, oh no, this is unacceptable. This is already too traumatic for me. Okay, I'm going through too much right now. This is too hard on me and the president or whatever. And he was like, well, they have to have one. You know, it's customary. And so he was like, it was one that was already done. And she was like, well, it should not have been customary for my son. And he was like, well, we did have a preliminary one done. And so basically, he was like, you know, she said she was going to have everybody head at the hospital. And he was like, I'm sorry. I know this is hard for you, ma'am. She talking about some, no, you don't have no idea. You don't know what I'm going through. You don't know what my family has had to endure, and no idea how much this hurts. I said, cut it out, girl. So she was like, he was my only son. And he was like, yes, ma'am. She was like, they did an autopsy. She was like, wow. So he was like, yeah, I'm so sorry. Okay. He was like, you know, of course, that's when she started telling him that they have to have him cremated. So he was like, yes, ma'am. She was like, you'll do it tonight. So he was like, yes, ma'am. You know, we're on top of it. But when she said it was their religion, he was like, you Catholic. Okay. So she was like I said, that's what we want. That's what you know what I'm saying. What did I say? Do it. And he was like, okay, ma'am, no problem. He was like, well, if it's any consolation, it's a good thing that he died the way that he did. And she was like, you know, he jumped off a damn roof. He was like, no, I mean that he basically would not have had that long to live anyway because of his serious bout with cancer. So I'm like, cancer? And she's like, cancer? So he's like, yes, you know what I'm saying? He had cancer, so he wouldn't have lived that much longer. So my spidey senses started tingling. I said, wait a minute here. What is going on here? Okay, doctor, I don't believe this, right? And we get a little bit more later where I was like, I see where you going, you know. So he tells her, we all shocking, you know what I'm saying? She was like, well, just get it on so we can move on. Then she gonna talk about, I mean, so I could grieve. So he was like, yes, ma'am. So he just was like, thank you, okay? And he go ahead and leave, right? Well, she said thank you, and he said you're welcome, and he go ahead and leave. So next we get, you know, finally we see that Richard, you know, was on his way to the hospital. And of course, what is his daggone name? I'm sorry, y'all. It's been a minute, and I'm doing so many shows that people names be slipping my mind for a minute. It'll come back to me. But you know the one that's always wanting Cal down behind. As soon as Richard get there, he's like, oh, yeah, you know, you here now, whatever. I gotta go. I gotta get there to Cal. Max. Okay, Max is there. He meets him. He asking him how Sam is doing. He was like, he's being prepped for surgery. So he tell him, well, you stay here. You know, there's a gun in the drawer, whatever. He's saying he have to go because, of course, he's so ready to go to get to damn, you know, Cal, because that's just everything that he want to do, right? And he's like, Cal shot him or whatever, right? And Richard's still trying to get information from him, but he's steadily walking away. And he was like, you do know that we need him alive. He was like, you too, you gonna start that bullshit with me too? He needs to be taken out for all the stuff he did and da. He's like, nah, but it's important that we speak to him. And he's telling him, just go in there and be with your friend. And if you know what I'm saying, need a weapon or whatever, you know, stay with him. And there's a gun in the drawer. So Richard was like, okay. So now when he goes in there, you know, of course, he's trying to check on Sam, and Sam is like, well, they're saying that they gotta rush me in, you know, for emergency surgery. I'm not doing too good. He shot me, you know. Of course, Sam want to get back at their asses too. But I also was thinking, like, well, if you gotta get emergency surgery, why do they still have you here waiting on the side? Why would you not rush directly into surgery? Okay, I'm confused. What hospital is this that y'all done took Sam to? Okay, he all in pain and looking like he out of damn breath. Like, I need y'all to get Sam in surgery and fix him, okay, ASAP. But anyway, y'all, basically, you know, he is telling him, like, listen, get my phone, okay? Let me go ahead and do the face recognition and get it open for you because there's an address in there. There's a package. You know, I did something, and I need you to hold it down for me. I need you to take care of it or whatever the case may be, right? And you know, he was telling him that he gonna be all right and he gonna make it out of it. And he was like, I damn well better or whatever, right? And we gotta get these son of a bitches and they can't get away with this. But he was like, I need you, Richard. So Richard is like, I'm here. So he was like, hold on, y'all. Excuse me. I can feel like I'm starting to get my throat all jacked up. But anyway, he basically was like, you gotta help him. So he's like, help who? What are you talking about? So he tells him, like I said, to get the phone and that he did something and to look inside of it and look at this address, right? And he's going to go there and it's going to be this package. And now that he's in the hospital, he's going to need, Richard to step up and go ahead and take care of it. So I said to myself, soon as he said that, I was like, that son did not die, baby, okay? Sam made it seem like Miss, Victoria, I've been calling her damn Veronica, I think, from damn have nots, y'all. Sorry. He knows that Victoria, he gave her some fake shit to put in him, okay? And she thinks she killed him, Jason. And he moved him somewhere else and they told her that he died, okay? So that's going to be their witness that's going to have the proof for everything that these people been doing, or at least big portions of what they've been doing, right? That's what I'm already thinking in my head. So I'm like, Sam basically was like, I got y'all, okay? So he telling him he got one of his former guys there. He's the best or whatever. And he's telling him to go to that address and let him know that he sent him or whatever. And he was like, I'm going to lose consciousness. And so Richard was saying, listen, you have to listen. He was like, I'm right here. And he tells him he's listening. He was like, don't tell a soul. He was like, I won't. I got you. You know how I'm, I'm saying, hold you down or whatever. Right. And he was telling him, go there. And Richard is basically like, okay. And he was like, he's going to basically want something or whatever the case may be. Right. And, he just was letting him know, like, you remember the night of the Winter Solace and, how they basically met there. And he was like, you was pissy drunk or whatever the case may be. And he was saying that, I'm sorry, y'all, my throat is like really hurting me. So he said, go to the Ferris wheel or whatever, right? And so Richard is like, Ferris wheel, and he told him, yeah. He was like, all right, I see what you're saying. So he was like, okay. He was like, okay. So I'm like, all right, let's see where this is going. I know where I think it's going. And so then he tells him, tell Priscilla. And that's when they came in the room and was like, okay, let's get you to surgery. So he never got to finish what he was, saying, because they interrupted. And so he said, eventually got it out that he don't want Priscilla to come there, keep her safe. And so Richard was saying, yeah, that he would. So I'm like, okay, y'all, let's see where this gonna go, right? Let's see where this gonna go. So as we move along, we seeing Alan and Priscilla in the car. They arguing back and forth. Of course, Alan is agitated that, he almost was killed. And he's like, you think they was following us? How you know they ain't following us? Where you gonna take me? What you gonna do next? What we gonna do? I almost died back there. And Priscilla has to stop and look at him and be like, first of all, watch your tone. Watch how the hell you talking about. And, talking to me. And I almost died too, okay? I was there with you. She's like, calm down. We gonna be okay. We gonna take care of this. He's like, my back, shit, I can't believe this or whatever, right? And he was saying, she asked him if he was okay. He said he will be. He was like, imagine how he feels or whatever, right? And he was like, you think he'll come back? And then he was acting like he was surprised that he came in the first place. And she was like, why are you surprised? Did you really think that because Donald supposedly liked you that he wouldn't send him there? He was like, yeah, I guess for a minute, that I thought I could. And then he telling her, like, how can I even trust you? He was like, I'm not telling you everything either. This is some bullshit, whatever the case may be. So she said, okay, good. Well, then that makes it even easier, perfect way for me to keep you alive, okay? So he was like, what the hell is going on, Priscilla? How did I get into this? And she's like, I don't know, but we will get out of it or whatever, right? And I didn't understand why Alan was acting like he had no clue what was going on when he already knew these damn people was crazy. And so nonetheless, he was about to say something. Then he was like, nothing. She's like, what is it? Tell me. He's like, no, it's all good or whatever, right? And in the meantime, she's sitting here trying to call Sam. She not getting no daggone answers. Then she calls the vice president and leaves a message for him too. And he's like, is that where we going or whatever? And at the end of the day, he's looking back and he's saying, are we being followed? She's telling him, no, we're good. So basically, they end up going to damn Richard house. And I'm like, so everybody going to be up at Richard house? We going to have everybody at Richard house, So we have Max calling Bobby and saying, he on his way there. Bobby at first was telling him not to come. And of course, he still said on coming. And Cal talking crap or whatever, and Bobby ends up punching him in the damn gut. and he over there talking about, oh, that's just a warm up, old dude, Max want Bobby and all this stuff, and he's like, no, he don't want me, all right, shut the hell up, and all, how Cal be freaking taunting them and getting underneath their damn skin. So that's basically what he was doing. Now, in the meantime, they done got Lily up on this daggone stretcher, and she's still yelling and screaming at the top of her lungs. Now, Donald is wondering why he can't feel nothing. And apparently he can't feel nothing because they done drugged him up. And he like, oh, yes, I love this. This is so good. Great. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, make sure y'all don't give her nothing. And they like, no, we haven't gave her anything. I'm like, huh? Is that how that works? So she just laying on this stretcher screaming for damn dear life. And he's telling her, oh, shut up, shut the hell up. In the meantime, he asked for his phone and he asked the guy to open his phone for him. And when he called up Grip asked, Grip let him know, or did his phone start ringing? I think his phone started ringing and he asked the guy to open it for him. But either way, he get on the phone with Grip and he talking about some, sir, they got away. He was like, how the hell did they get away? Because she was there or whatever. And he's like, okay, do you have your gun? He's like, no. He was like, so they got to take your gun away from you? Yeah, she did. He was like, do you have a knife? He was like, yes, I do. He was like, all right, stab yourself. Stab yourself in the head with a knife. And he was like, sir, he was like, you heard what I said. Okay, take yourself out because basically you are useless. You are no good to me. Goodbye. And he basically ends up hanging up the damn phone or whatever, right? Like, get off my phone. Then he talking about something. Woo! He highs the damn sky right now. So Grip is like, oh, man, hitting the steering wheel or whatever, right? And so Priscilla go ahead and call Nancy and was like, can you come outside? Can you meet me outside? She says, yeah. So like I said, I'm like, at this point, y'all may as well just bring everybody and their mother to damn to Nancy and Richard's house, right? And Nancy come outside and she's like, oh, because she's seeing that Priscilla's standing out there with Alan. She's like, how are you? She was like, do you mind if we come in for a minute? Of course, Nancy gonna say yeah. So she let him know that this is Alan. And she's like, is Richard here? She's like, I've been calling him. She was like, can you try him again? So she go ahead and she call him or whatever the case may be. This time she finally gets him. She's like, where are you? She's like, Priscilla is here or whatever. So he's like, she is. He says, have her stay there. So he telling her he have to go somewhere else. She like, no, you need to come home, okay? He like, baby, I can't come home right now. She like, listen, Priscilla is here and the damn president has been here, okay? So he was like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? She was like, yes, the president came here, okay, talking about he was looking for you and looking for damn Sharon. So he just came in without without knocking or anything, walked right in the damn living room. So, of course, Priscilla and Alan is looking back and forth at each other. And she was like, this is getting out of hand. So Richard was like, what the hell did he want? She was like, he wanted damn Sharon, okay? And so he was like, oh, shit. So she was like, yeah, this mother done lost his damn mind. He was like, yes, I know, whatever. So Richard was like, shit. So she was like, asking him, well, what do you want me to do? He was like, are y'all all right? She was like, yeah, we fine for now. He was like, all right, well, I'm going to be on my way back there. So she was like, and what do you want me to tell Priscilla? So he's like, put her on the phone or whatever. Let me talk to her. Because I was like, yeah, you got to let her know what's going on with Sam. So Priscilla get on the phone and he basically like, Priscilla, listen to me or whatever. Because she was like, where are you? And he basically tells her Sam was shot. Priscilla was like, what? Wait, what? I'm not me stop. Now she care, right? We know she was gonna care. She was like, is it bad? Is it bad? He was like, Priscilla, look, he's fine, okay? He is fine. He is gonna be okay. She was like, okay, I need to get there. He was like, no, sit tight. I need you to stay in the house. She was like, I need you, he's telling her, I need you to stay out. She was like, are you sure he's okay? He was like, yes, he is. He's gonna be okay. She was like, do you know who shot him? He was like, what? Who shot him? Was it them? Because Priscilla about to get it in. And he was like, Priscilla, just hold on. I'll be there right after I make this stop. She was like, okay, I need to get to the hospital. He was like, no. Okay, you sit there in case they're watching you. You stay where you are. Okay, I will. He was like, I'll be there as soon as I can. Okay. So now when she hang up the phone and give the phone to Nancy, they like, what is it? Are you okay? She was like, no, Sam's been shot. And Nancy's like, what? Oh my God. She's like, what? Oh my God. You know, and she's like, and Richard thinks it's best I'll stay here. So she just looking, you know, and Nancy said, well, it probably is. Then if that's what he says, she says, again, this is getting out of hand. I said, Nancy, it's been out of hand, girl. It ain't just get out of hand, okay? So they just like, I can't believe this shit. And they all go in the house. You know, she said, come on in the house, y'all. Okay. Dear Lord. Okay. So anyway, y'all, they got head in the house. So we are seeing, you know, this house, right, with people we don't really recognize. There's like some sheets or whatever up at the windows and some guy looking through the window like this or whatever, and then there's some knocking. So of course we know this is going to be the house that Sam sent him to, and he's like, it's Richard Halston, you know, Sam sent me, and he was like, check your phone, I just sent you a message. So he was like, you know, a text, and he's like, well, where's Sam? He was like, he's been shot. So they go ahead and they asking him if he have a gun on him. He's like, no, and they open the door. And he come in, is like him and another guy that is there, right, with these guns out, you know. And when they asking Sam if he got a weapon, like I said, he says no, and he says come on in. And so Sam come in and he freaking closed the door. So we seeing that it's somebody else that's laying there on the bed or whatever, right? At this point, the way they have it, you just see the feet. But Sam walk in and he's like, I mean, rather, sorry, y'all. Richard walks in and he's looking like, what? And of course, when they pan over to the person in the bed, he is damn Jason. I said, I knew it. Bitch, Jason is still alive and I can't stand this mother. But I'm glad that he is still here, baby. So we could get this thing on and popping, okay? Enough of the shenanigans with Richard and Dag on, you know, Victoria damn behinds, okay? Enough of the stuff with Hunter and Victoria behinds, y'all. I'm sorry. I know I've been jacking up these names, but hopefully y'all understood what I was trying to say. I was trying to make it through this because I am literally losing my daggone voice. But you guys put it in the comments. Tell me what you think about this. What you think is going to happen next. Is Sam going to survive? I need Sam to be okay. Okay, please, Sam, please pull through. Okay, put it on in the comments. Let's discuss. Like, comment, share, subscribe. If you are so inclined, give me a wave. Let me know you came by. Put some flames up